This week on My Classic Car, we're heading back out to California to check out some of Jay Leno's mini machines. We're talking a 64 Honda S600, a rotary-powered NSU Spider, and a 59 Fiat Millicento. Plus, we'll check out emblems for your GM restoration. Hi, I'm Dennis Gage. Thanks for tuning into My Classic Car, home of the certified car nut. Well, this week we're out at Jay Leno's shop again. I love this. You know, Jay and I have become good friends over the years, and it's always good to see what he's got going.
What do you mean he's at the gate? Tell him I'm not here. Hey, Dennis.
Jay.
Hey, good to see you.
Good.
What's up?
Well, I was just in the neighborhood. Thought I'd stop by.
Well, it's always good to have you. We love having you come by when I'm busy working on something.
Well, it's the best time to catch you, man. You're always working on something cool.
Well, this is kind of cool. You know, gas prices are going crazy. Hemis, that stuff's nice, but it's expensive to drive around. I was trying to find the thriftiest, smallest, most fuel-efficient sports car I could find and still have fun. And I think I found it.
The Honda S600.
Yeah, this is sort of the grandfather of the S2000. You know, if you look at the modern S2000, you can see a lot of the styling cues were taken from this car. This was Honda's first production sports car. They were not brought to the United States because they were just considered too small. It's 600 cc's. But
was it underpowered? Because, I mean, that is a tiny engine.
It was 57 horsepower. It weighs 1,500 pounds.
Is it a motorcycle engine, basically?
No. It was built specifically as an automobile. Let me show you the motor. You'll get a kick out of this thing. Like I said, twin cam, roller bearing crank. If this said Porsche on it, it would be $1 million.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the Porsche was. The Porsche was a roller bearing crank, and it had high revs, and this is completely stock, with the exception of the carburetors. I have a little more modern carburation on it. But other than that, it's exactly as it would have left the factory. Plus, it has something unique. You have chain drive to the rear wheels. You have a drive shaft, which goes to a differential, which goes out, and then you have two chains that go to the rear wheel, giving you a kind of interesting form of independent suspension. Yeah.
Can you actually see the chain cases or not?
You can see the chain cases.
Or are they pretty enclosed?
No, if you get
down.
Yeah, I mean these cameramen don't move for less than $1,000 a minute. So if you can get a cameraman to get on his knees, good luck.
Just peel it out, Yeah. I see him there.
Yeah, can you see it?
Yeah. On each side.
You know, it was a really fully equipped sports car for the period. You had a wooden steering wheel, you had a tack, you had a 4-speed gearbox. The engine is so tiny and so light, there's hardly any flywheel effect. You just turn the key and it goes. Boom.
And I love the sound. I mean,
it
actually has sort of a baby Flowmaster sound.
Well, you know what? It's kind of like one of those little dogs that's no threat, but it goes. That's what it is. It's like one of those little dogs, you just laugh at it, but it sounds so vicious. Oh. Yeah. I mean, the valves look like golf tees.
The pistons can't be.
It's an actual engine you can take, and while you're having dinner with your wife, you can work at it at the dining room table. I mean, all right, a lot of wives might not go for that, but
if you pick the right woman.
If you find the right woman, you can do that. Believe me, you can actually have it at the dinner table. So that's what's kind of neat about it.
Did you hand me that spanner?
To me, it's always so much more fun to drive a slow car quickly. Because, a fast car, it's easy to drive fast. You just have, to make this handle and go around corners. And it makes just terrific noises.
Well, you're downshifting with your left hand.
95 RPM always sounds good.
So this is a blast to drive and everything. Is this one we can take out?
Come on, let's take it out.
All right, man. Coming up, we'll hit the road in Jay Leno's Honda S600. But first, we'll take a look at emblems for your GM restoration.
My Classic Car is brought to you by Grundy Worldwide Collector Car Insurance.
Hey, I got Edgar Solar from Classic Industries in the shop with me today. Edgar, how you doing, man?
Pretty good. How are you?
man, you got a lot of shiny stuff going on here today. I think you brought out the bling.
Yeah, we definitely brought some bling with us today.
Well, if you're gonna do a proper restoration, you're gonna put a lot of money into your paint and everything. This is the car's jewelry, though. This is the finishing touches, and these things, the originals are all going to be bad. The chrome's going to be pitted.
Yeah.
Your
Studs are broken off.
Studs are broken off. The paint's chipped and faded and stuff like that. Plus, you can't restore these things for the price that you can replace them. Actually,
Correct.
And in many cases, I think the quality of these parts are frankly better than they were originally. So, well, let's start over here. Well, you even got some plastic stuff. These are, what are these, horn buttons?
Yeah, those are horn buttons for the 70 to 81 model Camaros.
So even Berlinetti, you can do the Berlinetti SS, regular stuff, yeah. And then these would be Fender. Are they going to Fender?
Yes, those are front fender emblems. 396 Turbojet and 427.
And then Impala, of course.
62, and then 63 SS. And 64 quarter panel emblems.
Every year they changed all that stuff.
Yeah, they had a tendency to kind of.
No wonder they couldn't make any money. now, this was pretty easy. That's Nova. But this is an emblem. I actually even forgot about that one. There's a lot going on.
Yeah,
in that
that's the 77 to 79 Nova Rally grill emblem. Yeah, it's very colorful.
Very colorful.
A lot of excitement.
Now these are all front end, big full body, right?
Yes, this is going to be the 63 Chevrolet Impala right down here, and this is also going to be a 65 up there in the front.
And these are all trunk and all the same year. Is that right?
That's correct. There's 3 different variations. We have the 61 283 with the crest emblem.
Yeah.
Then you have the 348 with the cross flags and the SS.
The much coveted SS.
Correct.
So if you wanted to turn your 283 car and make yourself an SS, you can do that. You can just get the right emblem. And speaking of creating something that it maybe wasn't to begin with, you even got a Yanko emblem there.
That's correct. This one's a front fender emblem and the rear tail emblem for 67 to 69 Yanko.
How about these guys?
Right down here we have a 63 console emblem, a 64 console emblem, and these are actually door panel emblems for a 1965.
So even the interior emblems. This little guy, obviously Firebird.
Yeah, that's a 70 to 77 dash panel emblem for a Firebird.
But I think this is cool. Now, these are the cross flags with a lot of these new crate engine designations, 502, 572.
Yeah, they all have custom displacements, 502, 572, and even the 383. And you got the standard 427, 454. And they do require little modifications, but this is a great way to personalize your car.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you got some very cool truck stuff too. Now these are here's some heavy metal here. I mean, there's some metal here. This is what, a 56 and a 57.
Yes, these are the front hood emblems for the 56 with the red bow tie, and the black bow tie was for the 57.
So they just flopped out the colors. We're gonna change something. Let's change the colors. And then this is great. I mean, I love this. It's such a classic script. I mean, that says truck, doesn't it?
Yeah, this is the early 47 to 53 Chevrolet pickup emblem.
That's a beautiful piece. And you've even got some of the later model trucks.
The custom deluxe 75 to 80.
And you go way up to, I mean, we're getting into the 80s here, right?
Correct. That's 81 to 91 front hood emblem.
So it's spring loaded and everything. It might actually be there when you come back out to the parking lot.
Yeah, we hope so. And that's a rear speaker emblem for the 58 to 60.
For that center speaker. Man, well, these are absolutely beautiful. And like I say, you know, when you've done the paint job, you really want to dress it up. You want to put the jewelry on. This is what you want to go with. Well, hey, if you want to learn anything more about this great automotive bling from Classic Industries, log on to myclassiccar.com. Yeah, this is some shiny, shiny stuff. I like these, though. That's almost a bumper right there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Visit EastwoodGarage.com, your trusted source for professional auto restoration tools and techniques for over 30 years.
Next, we'll go for a spin in Jay Leno's Honda Scream Machine. Welcome back to My Classic Car. Wow! Sounds like F1.
Hi, girls.
He's just toying with you.
Two guys in a racy sports car. We look like the guy in the Flomax commercial. The funny thing is you think you're screaming along, and then you look over and there's like a girl putting lipstick on in a Toyota Camry. You know, you go, oh, I guess I'm not going that fast.
It sure sounds good, though.
Yeah, but it sounds good.
Sounds great.
And that's, you know, cars should be fun. If it's not going to be fast, it ought to be fun. And it's quite weather tight when you have the roof up and the windows
And
up.
roll-up windows. That's amazing.
Roll-up windows. That was a big deal in '64. We'll wait for the camera car to catch up. That weenie Shelby Mustang camera car. We'll let Dennis take it for a ride up here. Hey guys, what's up? Hey, we're working. See you guys later. That doesn't handle bad, does it?
Oh, it's tight. I love it. And very stiff suspension. I can see why you take this one out a lot, though. The sound is addicting.
It's a lot of fun. It's great for short trips and hops around. There's a whole Japanese classic car movement starting now. You can take it right to $9,000. You're not even near red line.
I know, I can't believe it.
It's hilarious, isn't it?
Still ahead, we'll check out Jay's rotary-powered NSU Spider.
Okay, but suppose you're saying, look, 600 cc's, 57 horsepower, that's too much for me.
Kind of beefy.
Yeah, you got anything smaller? We got something smaller.
Man, what a nice car. Zippy, very powerful.
It is zippy,
car.
it is fast, but you know, there are a lot of guys that can't handle 57 horsepower.
that's
600 cc's, whoo, please, I got a wife and kids. Well, here's something even smaller. This is the NSU Spider.
What year?
This is a 1966 Wankel engine. It is the first rotary engine car ever built. People think Mazda invented the rotary. They didn't. The Germans invented the rotary, but it took the Japanese to perfect it. And the Japanese bought the patent rights from Felix Wankel, from the Germans, determined to get it to work. And the guy was sitting there with his pencil, you know, one of those apocryphal tales, and the lead in the pencil. Oh, lead seals. Let's try lead. And that's what they did. And consequently, they came out with the twin. The Mazda Cosmo is the first twin rotor.
Yeah,
this is the first Wankel engine ever. But let's explain what a Wankel engine is for people who don't know.
I've always been mystified by those, Jay.
Okay, this is here's a cutaway of a Wankel engine right here. Here's your combustion chamber here. As it comes around, it goes bang. It's, you know, it fires and spins this and keeps this spinning over and over again. And you have your exhaust port on one side, your plug there, your exhaust port on one side, intake on the other. The great advantage is extremely lightweight, high revving, smooth. Remember when we were kids, there was that Mazda, and a Mazda engine goes, yeah, that whole deal, yeah. Yeah, I like that one, and the, what was the Comet, 100,000 miles at 100 miles an hour. Yeah,
that was not a classic.
Yeah.
You had to grow up then.
Other people listen to the Beatles. I was listening to that. But,
commercials,
but,
right?
Enough about that. Let's get back to.
Let's get back to the Spider.
Let's push this out to get a better look at it.
Well, that's not too hard to do, is it?
No, it doesn't weigh a whole lot. Very lightweight car. Now, let's find the engine.
Well, I would start with the front.
All right, let's open the front.
That's where engines usually are. It's always a good place for an engine. It's very safe. Not there. That actually looks like a Volkswagen, doesn't it?
All right, let's look in the back.
All right. And it doesn't appear to be there either. Under the seat. No. but wait.
Must look close, grasshopper. This is the great advantage to a Wankel engine. Extremely compact. Fits right under there.
It's under the trunk floor.
A lot of interesting engineering here. Much like a Volkswagen, your engine's hanging out over the rear wheels. Pretty well-appointed car. You know, you got the Europa radio. We added the water temperature gauge. That's not stock. And it was not a cheap car. This car is about $3,100, something like that. So
in what year? What year is this? 64?
66.
66?
So the idea behind this wasn't necessarily to make money. They built these cars to sell the technology. NSU built this car to go, look, here's what we can do. Gets pretty good gas mileage, extremely smooth. It's the equivalent of about 500 cc's, but it goes just about 100 miles an hour.
Wow.
And extremely smooth, and revs all day long. I mean, they limit the revs to about 6 grand.
Yeah.
It'll rev to 10, but you just eat up your seals. So
Right. Well, it's a great looking car. But
it is. Well, it looks sort of, people think it's an Ampha car.
it does have that kind of, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's not a car that you could really exhibit any appreciable road rage. Hey, buddy! Hey! Look at that.
Yeah, right. All right.
Hey, I'm gonna... so it just kind of makes you smile. You really can't get angry at anybody driving one of these things.
Stay close. We'll get a look at Jay's Fiat Millicento and take this little baby out for a ride.
Brought to you by Grundy Worldwide Collector Car Insurance. And by U-Coat-It, the official floor coating of Eastwood Garage.
Welcome back to My Classic Car. Okay, you've solved my horsepower problem. I feel safer at only 500 cc's and 50 horsepower now. But I got a wife and 2 kids.
Well, then you want to move up a little bit. You want to move up into what I call the big car field. This here is a Fiat Millicento, 1100 cc's. This was quite a pivotal car in Italian history. If you were an Italian businessman and you were a middle-class guy, maybe a little better than middle class, you could take your whole family. It had 4 seats or 5 seats. It was comfortable. It had a heater. It had all the options. It was a nice-sized car for the European road. This is about a middle-sized car. It wasn't tiny.
What year?
This is a 59. This car was designed by Dante Giancosa, who did the Topolino. And when this car came out, Enzo Ferrari sent him a telegram saying it was the best-handling sedan he'd ever seen. They did a lot of racing. Most of your race cars from the 50s are based on this powertrain, this 1100cc engine, this floor plan, this gear shift, this transmission.
You're kidding.
No, they're pretty neat. They're very quick. And
So it's an inline 4?
Yeah, it's a regular 4-cylinder, just like you'd expect from Fiat.
Wow.
And if you can see, there it is right there.
Basic little Fiat, isn't it?
Just get yourself a good motorcycle battery. That's all it takes. And wonderful car to drive. Like I say, 40 miles per gallon. It revs, it drives nicely.
Is this a steering box?
No, that is your... that is the steering box.
That is the weirdest...
Look at that.
That is the strangest setup I think I've ever seen. Go ahead and close it up, Jay. Let's take this one around the block.
All right. Angelo, Vincenzo, get in the car. A 4 on the tree. Oh, you never seen that? Most Europeans are that way. Saab is that way. Alfa Romeo had 4 on the tree.
It's quiet compared to the Honda.
You got a manly horn.
Manly horn.
Being enthusiasts, we always tend to think of cars as being for enthusiastic purposes, but most people just wanted them to drive.
Yeah.
The column shift really made it easier to drive the car. I'm going to let Dennis take the wheel now. I just want to warn Dennis, this is not 600 cc's. This is 1100 cc's. So just
I'm a trained professional, Jay.
try to keep your put the emergency brake on.
Curb my enthusiasm here.
Let's see what this baby can do.
All right, here goes. 1100.
Take it easy.
1100 cc. H pattern back here, right? Up this first. Okay. Here we go. 1100 cc's. Unchained. And this was probably a very popular car over there?
Very popular car. This would have been the family car. This came in a wagon derivative. It came in all. This would have been the workhouse, the workhorse rather. This would have been the workhorse car.
Oh, you're right. These cars are cute. They got a lot of character.
I always say, if you can't get a car that's rare, get one that has a personality and it's fun. There's all kinds of ways to get into this car collecting hobby. And when I take this to a car show, people love it. They come over and they ask about it. And like you say, you get 40 miles per gallon, and it can be an interesting alternative to buying a hybrid.
Yeah.
You spend 30 grand for a hybrid, or you could buy this, have some fun with it. Your insurance rates are lower. You get 40 miles per gallon, and you can work on it yourself. So,
the best of all worlds.
There
Can
you
we
go.
burn up a little bit more of that 40 mile per gallon?
Yeah, it's 20 miles per gallon.
Hey,
Whee!
let's go, hey! Next week, we'll head out to Colorado Springs for the Rocky Mountain Concours d'Elegance. Fabulous cars on the grounds of the Broadmoor Hotel make a pretty good combo. Plus, we'll find out what it takes to create mirror-like chrome plating. So until our next meeting, remember, honor the timeless classics. I'm Dennis Gage with Jay Leno. Happy motoring.